Hi everyone. How to attract money summary. Train your subconscious to grow mentally and materially by Joseph Murphy. Let's enjoy the video. Please subscribing to my channel for more great content like this. You'll be notified when I upload new videos. How to Attract Money is a classic handbook on how to grow your wealth and enrichen your life spiritually, mentally, and materially. It shows how, by training your mind and your subconscious, you can gear yourself toward a life of abundance and fulfillment. Table of Contents. Introduction. Learn how to attract a life of wealth and possibility. Don't romanticize poverty. What you believe shapes your life. How to change your mind. Stealing from yourself. Summary. About the author. Genres. Review. Introduction. Learn how to attract a life of wealth and possibility. When you imagine being rich, what do you actually picture? You might think of a beautiful mansion with luxury cars parked outside. Maybe you picture sipping champagne on a yacht at sunset. Or maybe it's sending your children to an expensive school for a world-class education. Whatever you imagine, there's probably something in common. You're imagining an experience that involves being happy, healthy, and supported. Money is not what makes you happy or fulfilled, but money allows you to live a full, happy life. It's your right to be rich. You deserve to live a happy, healthy, and abundant life. And that means you deserve to have the means you support that life. So if you're interested in changing your attitude toward money and attracting wealth in the process, look no further than this summary. We are conditioned to think that money is evil. Movies and TV shows love to portray money as a corrupting force. But money isn't some mystical thing driving people towards bad behavior. It's a system for swapping goods and services. There is nothing inherently evil about money, and wanting more is not an evil thought. In fact, thinking about money as evil can be very dangerous. Let's change our perception a little by thinking about money as a symbol of exchange. When you think, I want more money, what you're actually thinking is that you want the capacity to do things that require money. For you, that could be anything from buying your partner a beautiful piece of jewelry to just wanting to buy groceries without worrying your card will bounce. Money is not the goal. The goal is something that money facilitates. It's not evil to want a better life. In fact, it's one of the most natural desires for a human. Security, health, happiness, and education, a future for your children. None of these things are evil. So why would it be evil to want the tool that allows you to achieve them? Often, people have a subconscious aversion to pursuing their financial goals because they think that poverty is virtuous and wealth is evil. Of course, people can do awful things for money and can do awful things with the money they have. But when we consider money as a symbol of exchange, rather than an end in itself, money as evil starts to seem like superstition. The same electricity that powers your house could just as easily kill someone, but that doesn't make it evil. Nor does it make a dark room somehow virtuous. Our ingrained ideas about wealth impact our relationship with money. So if you want to improve your financial reality, you need to address your subconscious negative thoughts around it. Let's look at how. What you believe shapes your life. Our beliefs create our reality. This is a core concept not only in psychology but also in faith. And it means that the only thing preventing you from living an abundant life is you believing that you can't. The author once worked with an Australian man who desperately wanted to be a doctor, but didn't have the money for college and hadn't even finished high school. He made a living by cleaning for the doctors he wanted to be like. In that situation, it's easy to be taken over by negative thoughts. I'm not smart enough. I'll never be able to pay for it. I'm too old. Instead, the man went to bed each night imagining his name on the diplomas he had to clean. He didn't accept the negative doubts or assumptions and committed to the dream. When one of the doctors in the office found out, he started training the man to become a technical assistant. He was taught how to sterilize instruments, prepare injections, and do some basic first aid. Seeing the student's passion and talent, this doctor eventually paid for him to finish high school and go to medical school. He ended up becoming a prominent doctor in Montreal. The man had turned his dream into a conviction, paving the way for its fulfillment. By interrupting negative assumptions, you open the way for new possibilities in your reality. Your actions are often impacted by the subconscious movements of your mind, inner feelings, and convictions. By influencing the subconscious, you're setting the north on a compass that you're compelled to follow in the deepest sense. Naturally, you're guided toward success. How to change your mind. Think positive isn't exactly groundbreaking advice, and it's easier said than done. After all, a lot of our negative thoughts are subconscious or intrusive. But if wealth comes from a state of mind, then one way to impact that is through affirmations. Relax into a meditative state. You might choose to do this whilst falling asleep at night, or if you have a quiet moment during the day. Let your mind wander over questions about wealth. What does it actually mean? Where does wealth come from? How does money flow? Once you're relaxed, repeat affirmations of wealth to yourself. For the author, this is synonymous with prayer. He explains that God created an abundance in the world, and wealth is always flowing freely. That means that prayers of financial affirmation will help us to overcome subconscious blocks that keep us from wealth. If you're starting out with affirmations, just trying to tell yourself, I am wealthy, or I am successful doesn't work. Saying things that you believe to be false can actually strengthen your belief in the opposite. If you only have 10 cents in your pocket, you might feel embarrassed or ashamed in calling yourself wealthy. You'll want to start with affirmations that your conscious and subconscious can agree on. My wealth is growing. Every day I am more successful. It's easier for you to agree that things are on an upward slope than to imagine they are already at the top. As your relationship with money and success become more positive, more ambitious affirmations will become easier. If you treat the end as inevitable, the steps toward it are always possible. Stealing from yourself. By now we've learned that in order to attract money, you need to foster positive ideas around your own wealth and financial situation. But this also means being conscious of how you think about other people's wealth. Feelings of jealousy, envy, and bitterness all damage your relationship with your finances. If you allow these feelings to grow unchecked, you are feeding the parts of your subconscious that believe you are lacking, and that keep you from harnessing your own potential. Imagine a colleague has just gotten a promotion over you. If your response to this is that you feel robbed, you begin to psychologically disengage with the company or your work. It's easy to be caught up in what thing was taken from you. But if you guide yourself into feeling happy for that colleague, you are able to stay engaged and foster the relationships that could help you succeed in the future. Similarly, gaining wealth at the expense of others can negatively affect your relationship with money. Consider the example of a woman who, during a war, knew that coffee would be rationed. She went from shop to shop, buying out as much coffee as she could store in her house. Later, when she was out, someone broke in and stole the entire stock, as well as her jewelry and silver. The lady would claim that she had never stolen herself. However, she was in a mindset of lacking, and hoarding coffee was at the expense of everyone else. By allowing her negative thoughts to guide her, she negatively impacted others and created exactly the thing that she was afraid of. Fear of lacking created lacking. Remember that money is the symbol of exchange. Having money itself does not make you wealthy, but money is a mechanism for experiences or feelings of stability. If the means by which you're gaining money negatively impact your experiences or feelings in the future, you're simply stealing from your future self. Ask yourself, What is the purpose of attracting money? This isn't a trick question or an attack on the morality of having money. It's a reminder not to lose sight of the goal in pursuit of the symbol. Summary: improving your psychological relationship with your finances is the key to attracting money. Training your subconscious to have positive thoughts about money will lead to better decisions and a wealthier life. Your beliefs shape your reality, so be aware of how you see your own wealth and that of others, and use positive affirmations to address your subconscious doubts about your own capacity for wealth. You are the captain of your ship. Point it in the direction you want to go, and the rest will follow. You are entirely capable of living a life that is abundant and to have the money to support that life. The only thing that's holding you back is you. 15 ways to attract money now. 1. To attract money, have a positive attitude. Have a positive outlook. Look at the bright side of things. Don't dwell on the negative. Practice positive self-talk when it comes to money. By being positive, you will attract better people to associate with, and those better people will help you on your journey to an abundance of money. Practice positive self-talk. I just mentioned positive self-talk. What exactly is that? When negative events or mistakes happen, positive self-talk seeks to bring good things out of the negative, to help you do better, go further, or just keep moving forward. The practice of positive self-talk is a process that allows you to discover obscured optimism, also the hope and the joy in any given situation. Finally, by all means, believe in yourself and what you are trying to accomplish with money. Attracting money through the law of attraction requires this. If you don't believe, who will? 2. Create a productive money mindset. Your money mindset is how you think about money, and you need to focus the positive attitude we just discussed towards money. You must believe that you can master your money, that you can make more money, and save more of the money you make. Think about wealth and money in a good light. Sometimes people with money are demonized by politicians and the media. In reality, most people that are successful in attracting money now are hardworking, upstanding people. There is nothing wrong with having money or trying to attract more money than you already have. So don't think that way. 3. Knowing how to attract money means stopping worry. I'm a bit of a worrywart, and it is not one of my best habits. Based on my experiences, worrying has no value. Quite often, money issues create stress in our lives that lead us to worry. Stress and worry can break us down. It can create health issues. It can freeze us up and keep us from our quest to attract money at home or work. So, it's important to manage stress effectively. I know this all too well. I am a pretty high-stress person and have had periods in my life where stress practically crippled me. Realize that most of the things we worry about never happen. The next time you are stressed out about money, think about your money mindset. First of all, move your thoughts onto something more positive, because whatever you are worried about probably won't happen. Furthermore, take action to alleviate your worry. Is there something you can do about the issue that's on your mind? If so, by all means do it. If you want to know how to attract money spiritually, then worry and stress must be controlled. Doing so will bring out your inner strength and resolve. Okay now, that concludes our first key takeaway area. How to attract money using mind power. Remember, everything starts between your ears. So now, we are ready to look at the second big area of this topic. That is, understanding your current state of affairs when it comes to attracting money fast, and over the long run too. 4. Face the facts and make an honest assessment about your money status. Get your financial facts together. What is your net worth? How much money do you spend and where do you spend it? A free online tool like Personal Capital is a great resource to assess your current financial state and manage your money effectively. Do you have investments? Then, what are they, and are they the right investments to achieve your money goals? So, spend some time getting familiar with your finances. To attract money at home, create an area where you can focus on your money. A home office is a perfect option, but it can be anywhere you desire, as long as you can access your money-related information. 5. To attract money, focus on abundance and be grateful. Now you have a better understanding of your current money state. So, create an abundance mindset about what you have. Don't worry about what you don't have. When I get down about something, I think about this phrase. I had the blues because I had no shoes until, upon the street, I met a man who had no feet. Enough said? Be grateful for what you have, and don't dwell on what you do not possess. An abundance mentality will take you far. So, always remember that many people have less than you. 6. Share what you have. Don't forget to give back or donate to charities if that is something important to you. Giving is one of many powerful wealth affirmations. I'm not big on giving away our money, at least not yet, but some people swear by it when it comes to attracting money. Perhaps donating money to charity is just not possible given your current monetary state of affairs. I understand, but sharing doesn't have to be just about donating money. It can be as simple as this. Put a smile on your face and share it with the world. Do a good deed for a neighbor or friend. As my mother used to say, you get back twice as much in return as you give. And my mother was always right. At least that's what she told me. Okay, that covers the second key area in our quest to attract money. That is assessing your current state. First of all, understand your current money situation. Furthermore, view that situation with an abundance mindset. Finally, be generous with what you have. Next, on to our third key area on how to raise your vibration to attract money. It is determining your future state. 7. Make a study of wealth to attract money. What is wealth? How much money do you need? How do people that have been successful in attracting money go about doing so? These are all very important questions. There are a host of resources on money, wealth, and wealth building on-site here at Dividends Diversify. I welcome you to check out any or all of these articles about wealth building. But I will point out one so you don't get overwhelmed. It is a book called Everyday Millionaires, which I have read and reviewed for you. The book is full of many real-life stories. Stories about how everyday people like you and I become millionaires. Why study wealth? Well, how will you know what success with money looks like if you don't? You may be misguided about wealth and how to build it. And that leads us to our next step in the process of how to attract money. It is determining your future state. 8. You must visualize money to attract money. When you take a trip, do you have a destination in mind? Of course, you do. Few of us get in our car or board a plane without a clear idea of where we are going. Becoming a success and attracting money is no different. Attract money into your life by having your goal in mind. Think big and believe if you can envision it. Then you can achieve it. That's why our previous step was to learn about wealth. To make your vision, you must understand wealth building. A story about visualizing money and success. I will sum it up with a quote I remember from a man I used to work for. His name was Joe. Joe was in his 70s. He retired in his 60s, but hated retirement and came back to work. At the time, Joe and I were in charge of establishing a new business unit for our company. One day Joe was addressing the employees at a group meeting and said, "Think big. We are only limited by our thoughts." And that quote applies to both you and me. We are only limited by our thoughts. When it comes to thinking big about money, follow Joe's advice. Daydream, think big, and establish your vision for future money success. Don't be limited by your thoughts. Ask yourself this. What will your life be like when you have achieved your goal of attracting money? A quick recap on our status of attracting money. We are now ready for our fourth and final key area to attract money. Because most of what we have discussed thus far has been conceptual and strategic. First of all, we established a positive money mindset. Furthermore, I had you assess your current state of money affairs. Finally, you have made a study of wealth and determined what your goal of attracting money looks like. But now, we are ready for more tactical steps. What do I mean by that? Well, the essence of attracting more money comes down to two primary areas. First of all, making more money. Furthermore, spending less of the money we have. Armed with your current state and future money goals, you are now ready for these more actions to create an abundance of riches. 9. To attract money, put yourself out there. We all, to some degree, fear failure and rejection. But you can't insulate yourself from those things. Failure and rejection come with taking calculated risks. Don't fear failure. Embrace it. I like this saying, when one door closes, another one will open. I think it's very true. Whatever it is you do for a living, don't hide from it. Or, as I like to say, put yourself out there. And put yourself out there in a positive light. Look for the next opportunity to make more money, whether it's working harder at what you do, by putting yourself in a position for a raise, or getting a new, better-paying job. The goal is to maximize your earning potential. Even making a little side hustle money may help. 10. Think in terms of adding value, not time. Working hard and putting in the time is important. Don't get me wrong here. But you don't want to trade time for dollars when striving to attract money. You want to think about adding value to whatever it is you do for a living. Ask yourself how you can help your company, your customer, or your boss succeed. That's how you deliver value. You can even do this for money from a mundane minimum wage job. Here is an example. When I was in high school and college, I worked at a restaurant and bakery located on 15 acres of property. It was a minimum wage job, plus tips when I waited tables. Slowly, but surely I kept taking on more responsibility. I did landscaping on the grounds, cleared tables, waited on tables, served drinks, and did set up for large parties and wedding receptions. Finally, when the kitchen was short-staffed, I helped with kitchen preparation work, washing dishes, and cleaning up. In short, I made myself invaluable to the operation. My boss, the owner, always had work for me to do. Why? Because I always looked for ways and areas I could add value and make the establishment run better, make it a better place. I wasn't afraid to put myself out there, adding value and doing the right things the right way. That is what pays big money in the long run. Think about how you can do this in your situation. You are only limited by your creativity and the attitude you take. 11. Make continuous self-improvement a priority. Investing in continuous development is almost always a good place for your time and money, be it books, classes, certifications, or on-the-job training. Just make sure your self-investment is aligned with your money-making areas of focus. Remember this saying, be better today than you were yesterday and better tomorrow than you were today. Next, we need to talk about the spending side of attracting money into your life. 12. Spend in alignment with your values. Decide what you value in life. Is it travel, a beautiful home, delicious food, or live entertainment? I don't know what it is for you. Furthermore, what you value may change over time. It has for me. Making money and spending it on what you value are both important. But whatever it is, spend money on what you value. And cut out spending in other areas of your life. Save a little more money however you can. 13. Attracting money is easier when you become a minimalist. Minimize your belongings to only what you need and use. Be minimal with your finances by streamlining and simplifying them. Buy what you need and want. But don't consume just because others are doing so. It is contradictory in some ways, but I like to say, minimize your finances to maximize your money. 14. Reward yourself. Identify and celebrate the little successes along the way. I'm not so good at this one. I set a goal and work hard to accomplish it. But when I do, I tend to move on to the next thing. Even if you are like me in this regard, from time to time sit back and reflect on and enjoy your accomplishments. Last but not least, we have point number 15 on how to attract money. It may be the most important. 15. A fast formula for attracting money. Take action. Nothing will happen unless you make it happen. So take action. Start working on these 15 tips about how to attract money now, so you will have money in the future. They are the things that separate the wealthy from the poor, in my opinion. The end. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like and share. See you in next videos.